Hi everyone, we're gonna show a quick demo of our app, Gomoku. So let's get started. So what's Gomoku? Gomoku is also known as 5 in a row, where the winner is the first player to form 5 stones horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. I would like to give an overview of our app. In the Gomoku app, the user can not only join or open a game lobby to start a Gomoku match, but also see their game stats, history, and pin their favorite games. We also included a friends feature, where the users can search for other users and send friend requests, as well as filter for other friends lobby. For the system support, the Gomoku app is hosted on the Linux virtual machine in Microsoft Azure, compatible with Linux, Mac, and Windows OS. We also use React and JavaScript for the front end and Python for the back end to connect with the database, MySQL. Let's begin with creating a user. In the account section, click on the sign up button. We can easily make a username and password to create a new account. After user sign up, the SQL query verifies if the user is already in the database. If the username is in the user table, the query doesn't insert. Otherwise, the query inserts the username and the encrypted password in the user table. When you sign up, you can log in by entering your credentials. The SQL query selects the password corresponding to the username of the user inputted. If your password matches with the decrypted password from the database, you'll be assigned a JUT token with the user ID as the identifier, and your access to the account and other personalized pages will be granted. After logging in, you can see your user's dashboard. From here, you can log out by clicking the logout button in the navigation bar as well. The logout process works by invalidating the user's JUT token by removing it from the client storage.
Now before I move on to the player section, I'm going to quickly log in as a Gomoku user. Now let's go to the player section to see all the list of players. We can also use a search bar to look up username. For example, 55 username, it's going to show up 55 username. And the way it works is that the query uses the regex keyword and it selects the rows of the player table with the username similar to the user input, which returns a list of matching usernames to the front end. For our demo, we're gonna send a request to a random username we find, and then we can log in as a 42 username. The friend request can be shown by toggling the show friend request button, and then as you can see, I can accept a Gomoku username. So let's go back to the Gomoku user. So here, we just added a 42 username. The way it works is that when a friend request is sent, the query inserts a record into the friend request table in the database with the sender and receiver's user IDs. When a request is accepted or denied, the query updates the record accordingly, either moving by IDs to the friend table or removing from the friend request table. Now, similar to the player search feature, we can also search for friends as well. And this also uses a regex feature from the query. Finally, let's look at how to search for lobbies. In the Lobbies tab, you can see a list of available lobbies created by you or your friends. So we can also create a lobby to start a lobby to verify that it works for the friend. We can create a lobby as a 42 username, as well as non-friends as well. So let's go back to Gomoku. And then here you can also view all lobbies as well as the friend lobbies.
For a given user's account, they're able to view their match history along with their favorite games from their account page. For the match history and favorite games, we check for all games where the player is either player 1 or player 2. And for the favorite games, we ensure that the player has a favorite game that matches that game ID. For any given game, we're able to view the detailed moves for that game. And we have a detailed moves table, and we query all the moves for a specific game ID. And in this, we can see each of the moves that was made throughout the entire game. From the lobbies page, a player can create lobbies. And if I log into another account, I'm able to see that lobby was created. And I'm able to join this lobby. Furthermore, I'm able to filter lobbies by friends here. For both of these queries, I'm simply checking for any lobbies that are currently in the lobbies table. And for the friends, we're filtering by the friends for a given user.
Okay, so now you can see that I'm on my accounts page and I can see my user stats. So this will query the user stats table and display all the updated statistics for a particular user. I can also see my match history. So right now I have 3 games in my match history. Now I'm going to just join a game. I'm going to join this game right here. And so now we're playing the game, and for every move, we are telling our backend, and the backend will allow us to enable real-time gameplay. So right now I'm playing against Varun. Okay, and you can see I've made 5 in a row, so now it displays game over. And if I were to navigate back to my accounts page, you can see that the information has been updated. So every time the game ends, we'll update our database with we'll update the new final game state into our games table, as well as updating the user stats for both players in that game. So you can see now when I query for it, I have more wins, and if I go into my match history, now I have 4 games, and I can go into the details moves if I wish to inspect the game.
This is Donghui, and in this project, I designed the database schema, coded the front end in React, worked on the backend in Python, and some complex SQL queries. In particular, I was responsible for working on full stack features for the gameplay, account section, player section, user stats, data visualization, game history, and favorite games.
This is Lexi. In this project, I designed the database schema and scripted some complex SQL queries. Also, I was responsible for working on full stack features for the gameplay, account, friends, and lobby section. I also coded the user authentication, including sign up and login features with bcrypt password hashing and JUT token authentication.
Hi, this is Lily. So I helped design the database schema and make the ER diagrams. I also helped work on the React frontend and Python backend. So specifically, I designed the full stack features for detailed moves, integrated updating user stats data in the frontend and backend, as well as help develop the frontend and backend for real-time gameplay.
Hi, I'm Varun. My primary contribution for this project was creating the sample data and prod data for our database, along with setting up the backend primarily for dealing with games. So creating lobbies, playing games, finishing games,